Why hello there, my name is Ethan Wright, and I'm sure you, yes you right there, can't name 6 styles of art. Furthermore, I can almost guarantee you don't know how art affects our brains and why some people like certain art pieces while others do not. Fear not, this 2-part video series will cure any confusion in your minds.
As a wise, once-living man once said, "What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this?" Many can say, that right there is art, but very few can explain what art style this art is, and how it affects both ourselves and society. What styles of art are there? How can art affect me? All will be answered soon. Darkness. From the beginning of our lives, darkness is all we were accustomed to. Moved to current day, many of us are still in the dark about many things.
But have you ever taken a minute to just step back and observe your surroundings?
For those who have, you may have noticed that art is all around us. From the small doodles you make when you have nothing better to do, from the not overused and totally motivational posters, and sometimes even the buildings and furniture around us. My goal for this documentary is to spread the truth about 6 core art styles regarding paintings, while also uncovering the truth on how this art makes others feel in society. Welcome to 6 core styles of art. There are certainly more, but these form a nice acronym. Our first stop on this magical journey is pop art.
Pop art or popular culture art is one of my personal favorite forms of art, as both the look and message behind it are so powerful.
Pop art is an art form that became widely popular in America and Britain during the 1950s to early 1960s. Artists like Andy Warhol and Claes Oldenburg spread this art style effectively. They did so by making pieces of art that were in reference to popular things at the time, such as Marilyn Monroe, soup, or soda.
The reason pop art is interesting is because it was essentially the artist's way of saying, we're tired of the conventional way art is formed, here's a more rad and universally accepted way. And so they made this new art style, and it was a big hit.
Examples of pop art are often taken from comic books, movies, and products. Pop art is found as flashy and lacking specific detail, but highly objective. Up next is one of the original art styles, realism. Realism was originally an art movement that began in France during the 1840s that aimed at, you guessed it, making art look real.
This method of art was used to show how life was going during the time, and was one of the first largest movements where the artists realized they could paint whatever they want, not just rich nobility or mythology.
Realism's goal is to display its subject truthfully without the artist's own style mixed in. That's why many realism paintings look dark, gloomy, and not over fantastical. Moving on to Expressionism. This is where things get weird. What started in Germany, Expressionism was a style created and spread throughout Europe after everyone was having an early, mid, and in-life crisis.
As a result of mass spread anxiety throughout the land, the paintings got a little interesting. Expressionism is a way artists can express how they feel about the world or a certain subject.
Characteristics of Expressionism pieces are often found as distorted, with swirling brushstrokes, and somewhat disturbing in most cases. Here's quite a fun art style, Cubism. Created by Pablo Picasso in the early 1900s, Cubism, in short, is an art style that defies perspective.
Instead of conventional realistic-looking shapes, Cubism takes a more abstract approach, by taking these realistic subjects, such as humans, and altering their look by using shapes and other objects.
This may sound confusing, so let me put it in a different perspective. A very modern example of this would be Minecraft art, in which the artist uses shapes to create figures, or pictures. Here's an art style most see every single day, Art Deco. Art Deco is an architectural art style which originated in the 1920s. Most forms of architectural art can be defined as Art Deco, but is more specifically characterized by exact geometric shapes, often symmetrical, and not to mention most often has a nice color palette. Our last stop, but certainly not last in skillfulness, is photorealism.
Photorealism is exactly like realism, but is different in the fact that the artist tries to recreate art through a picture that he took or is observing, as compared to the artist creating something through his or her mind.
You can most typically spot photorealism from pictures that you think are actual pictures, but are in reality revealed to be drawn or painted.
Darkness, like this video, is where we all started. I hope by joining me on this fun little journey you've learned quite a bit more about these mini art styles.
That's all, folks.